What's up, fellow gamers? Welcome back to Let's Play Cybernetics Flashpoint. This will be the last episode of this specific series because this will be Sunday's episode. I will have a guide to character building and skilling the Cyberknight coming out on Monday morning, an hour and a half before the version 1.0 launches, and then ideally later in the day, get an upload of the new Let's Play series of Cyberknights 1.0 with the new origin storyline, War Machine, alternate hacker starter, and alternate face starters as well. So we'll figure all that out. Otherwise, though, we've got basically one last mission to play. We'll go ahead and give some influence to our friend Dorn here to get him towards imported cybernetics. We can take a tour of those, maybe. I'm not sure. But either way, we built the team out in the last mission. We bought the Torch XL thanks to running the Rook Tech power play. We've got him an endgame SMG here as well. Overall, I gotta say, the squad looks pretty good. Got kitted out pretty aggressively. Of course, we did play on normal levels of income, so we had a lot of money to spend in heavily upgrading our safe house, allowing us to craft weapons, to buy stuff from the market. The extra money definitely went kind of a long way. But we are here, and it's going to be infiltrate and download 4 files. We are on restricted fab. We were here a little while ago when we had the headhunter scare, but our spawn is different, and so the game's going to be a little bit different here for us as well. Let's go find our matrix hosts. Let's see. There's a gold key over this way. That's kind of useful. As far as the hosts, there's one in the central room and one on the very, very, very far side. Looks like there's pretty few boxes on that side of the map, so I think the path is going to be going through the left, getting gold key room early. And it's going to be several turns till we actually get in here to the host. But I think we're going to go towards the middle late. We're going to round out the left-hand side. I am missing having a Scourge here, so we can't clean up bodies too easily. But ultimately, it'll be okay. I think the plan is... Yeah, I mean, with the camera where it is, there's no guards who can threaten me right away. We'll just pop Tactical Surge. And I'm just going to let the game have all the bad guys spend their turn. So here we go. Cool. I know you're standing still, but guarding a box. You're going away. You're going to go back and forth, probably. You're probably on a 2-point route as well. And let's wait for the last one. You are... Who knows what? Could be even in a circle. All right, so we need to get stuff done. Ideal is going to be unique and upsell in some combination, knocking down this, knocking down that we can get here together. So you're going to yield. You're going to yield. I'm going to have you delay and have the hacker actually lead this briefly. Yeah, so let's put you, part way up, somewhere like this. This seems fine. You'll kill the first camera. There you go, down it goes. And let's get line of sight. It's going to be... Oh, let's go to the pistol. There we go, that'd be smarter. Yeah, if we go to here, I have line of sight and I have 3 AP, so I have 2 shots. Look like that barrel fully blocks, which, yeah, that makes sense, actually. No one else can do the gunfire, so easy surprise target hit. If he crits, we're chilling. Wow, we do crit. That's kind of nice. Crit chance of 9%, and we got it. Pretty amazing. Actually, it's kind of nice here because it means Rogue needs to get 4 kills to sate his bloodthirst. And he's going to have... Well, actually, he's going to need to go here and then slash slide. But I'm going to say worth it. He's going to get spotted. It's going to make further stealth attacks more difficult. But he actually cannot stealth attack with his melee weapon. Because he doesn't have any of the relevant talents for that. So... Okay, nice. We got the other level 6 melee weapon. So we've now gotten the blueprints for, I think, every single high-level melee weapon. That's kind of cool. Chop Up Hops gets to run a little bit farther. Fun stuff there. 16 sec level seems very easy. Turn 23 also seems very easy. These numbers seem a bit high for me, but this is a very, very large map, so I understand why it would inflate some. Either way, the team is still going to go and play this side, so we're all going to basically just use the Tactical Surge buff turn just to sprint as far as we can. There was also a world where he tried to optimize and had the Cyberknight actually get one of the kills, like get this kill so that we could pop Steamroll and get move points and move speed on everyone on the first turn. Didn't do that either. Also, I'm pretty sure I forgot to use any leverage. No, I bought leverage in the previous recording, right? So we should have some stuff on. Nope, I guess not. I only have Matrix Dupe and that's it. Let's let this guy walk. Don't know what he's doing. You are still running away. Okay, that's chill. Rest of you guys don't really care about. Alright. I kind of want Cybersword to be ready to fight, but he's also the closest to getting into the gold key room, so I'm going to have him do this. He'll get kills later. I'm sure it will be fine. So we'll have him loot. That'll be nice. Upsell can work to open up various territories. So let's put you... Actually, no, you're going to keep running because you're going to open this up. We're going to have the Cyber Knight knock this one down because I want to share the cooldown duties as much as possible. So other guards, yeah, you're heading over there, sure. You are standing on the stairs, okay, fine. This guy's over there and exists. Need to knock this down, of course, so let's go here. Let's security scramble the floor, and should be no problem getting this box. Another question is who goes to the right, who goes elsewhere. I'm not sure. Let's see, if I do a short yield, how far can Protocol go? He doesn't reach the camera on his own, so I figure we can leave him standing there and it should be fine. Hacker can knock this camera down, no problem, should be okay. This guy could be a concern, but I think we can manage. So I'm going to go look ahead here. Drop him by 2, makes it a little bit easier for us. We know he is going to walk back. And in fact, the tough thing is... you know, I'm going to go for a stun now. It's a little awkward, like it might feel weird, but the reason is I had 1 spare EP anyway. And it starts to cool down early. We're going to stun him eventually anyway, no matter what, so why not do it now? Start the cooldown on my end sooner. Oh, this camera turned back on. That makes sense. Okay. So there's that. I'm going to let this guy have his turn at the very least. You're guarding. Okay. You're going to need the hacker to be able to get through that. You're on the way over. Okay, the middle is going to be a little bit weird. Yeah, you can see the body is the tough thing, so there's going to be a real sort of constraint for how we handle that sort of, not only the middle room, but the edges of the middle room. Nice, we got the highest level currently craftable revolver, so we're still adding to more. We got, you know, -1 level for a melee weapon there, not bad. So yeah, we have basically all the max level gear available to us at this point. Upsell needs to knock down this camera. That one, there you go. And then his gun is silent, so if I can get him into attack range, looks like... Yes, I can. I can start working on this guy. He can't report on me because he's stunned. And so getting some progress every turn without him outright dying. I shouldn't be able to one-shot him. Yep, okay, that crit is fine. Of course, he counted as spotted earlier, so... He's always going to have that issue. Okay, this group is all grouped up. That's a little scary. Another nanostorm this weekend. Okay. Yeah, so my gun is too loud. So the best I can really do is like... Yeah, it's like I can get to here and then like lurch forward and try to fight these guys. Like, but you're going to hear the gunfire. Like, wow, I don't have a good way of using my Cyber Knight well. This gun is just too loud to be like very useful in an indoor environment like this. So, I mean, sec level 16 is not exactly a huge threat. I could just say, screw it. Let's just deal a bunch of damage, and it's going to be loud, and that's going to be okay. But they're going to see a corpse as well. I want to at least wait one more turn. So I'm going to go to here. It's not the most exciting, but I'm just going to have her stand there. We'll have our soldier. He might just get to this box. I think this will group in. Yep, nice. Okay, level 6 armor. Oh, wait. Oh my gosh, it's a full armor. It's a safe locked armor. So I just have a level 6 armor now that I can equip. That's kind of wild, actually. Yeah, we take that high roll. I don't know how much it sells for relative to the blueprint, but it's at least a lot of money. It's probably a lot more than that. Ah, darn, upsell is on top of that. I didn't think about that. It's already been hit. He's already been pressure anomalied, so... Yeah, you're stunned for this and next turn. I have my stun back. I don't expect either of you to be all that scary, so I'm going to go ahead and just spend some delays, and I expect you to not run at me. If I'm wrong, it's going to suck a bit. You're stunned for this and next turn still. You can wait as well. You're going around the wings, not a big deal. Oh, you are heading down. How far are you going? And far enough to see me. Okay, we're all spotted. And the scary thing is you're going next, and you're going to be immediately angsty. So we have two options here. One, actually no, if you don't... Yeah, wait, we know you're not doing anything. Okay. So the fact that you're not doing anything means you're not going to walk over and get alert, which means I don't have to be too worried about this. But what I could also do, though... Actually, I should wait no matter what. There's no reason not to. You're not doing anything on your turn. Cool. All right. So now we're going to go try to be very, very aggressive. So marker sights hit you both. Seems good. I'm going to pop crosshair lock so I can make this attack really strong. And the goal is to shoot both of you with a lot of damage. This should go pretty well. Crit and savagery pop, so I got a ton of bonuses. And then I'm going to specifically run you, if I can. I can't get in range of this guy. Not easily. Not without... So I can go to like this and shoot once. I mean, this guy's going to be killed no matter what. So yeah, I'm going to basically try to carry forward the advantages I got from everything else. I'm going to Iron Grip to get my recoil back. And then I'm just going to shoot this guy with decent crit chance, very good damage overall. And because all he heard was one set of gunfire, gunfire is not enough to scare them enough such that they're willing to, like, they break out of being a surprise target for stealth. Like, my guy is spotted and this guy still counts. Gunfire is not sufficient to scare them enough. So this guy gets stealth hit. Doesn't do a lot. I think he does get technically some bonus stealth crit damage because of the silencer. It's not what I'm seeing, so maybe I'm wrong about that one. Either way, this guy is chilling. He's done with his turn. Upsell needs to do something. I'm going to have him try to go last. I want my Cybersword to be able to print his first kill, or his second kill rather. So let's just kind of bring you to here. That should get a kill almost always. Okay, he's going to be on 2 kills for the turn. Or, sorry, for the mission. Plus 2 AP. Thank you, Savagery. And I guess we'll just say grab the box. It's going to be decent enough pathing for you. Looks playable. Nice. We got the... Well, I think now the stuff that I can buy is already better, but the Matchmaker is definitely one of the very best Urban Assault rifles you can get. Can no longer yield, so I've got to actually go out and do stuff. So the goal is run out here. We'll see if we crit... Oh, wait. That's not in range. Oh, he's high ground, so it's going to be really annoying. Okay, does this work? No. That barely works, it's telling me. But yeah, it's actually quite annoying to shoot guys from high ground. We don't high roll enough to get the kill. That's fine. The important thing is that unique... Yeah, actually, it doesn't have to be able to get in range for any of this. So it's definitely an atomic stutter angle. That's why I burned it in the previous turn to get the cooldown back sooner. And ultimately, I don't have quite enough weapons on this character. So... Are you going to be a concern? I'm going to go down to... I'm going to go down here to 1 AP left. That will allow me to throw down Look Ahead to see... I guess I've already seen you move a couple of times and all you do is turn. So no, all you ever do is turn, right? You never turn around. I'm going to leave this here as it is. I'm just going to walk up and be closer to fighting the other enemies. I should be totally safe here based on what I've seen of the other guards. So a guard is missing, so a body timer ran out. Someone gets woken up to do that. We're going to lose further body timers, so they're going to all run out. We're going to get an escalation very soon. 2 guards, Lambda and Oopso, being sent to intercept. Fine. With you moving, actually, and you moving, they're going to actually go toward me. So suddenly, I care again. How do I hide appropriately? Well, 1, 2, 3... Yeah, you're going to be, like, here, probably. So I should at least find some version of cover. That won't be sufficient, I don't think. That's my hypothesis, anyway. If I go somewhere like this, I think I'm actually well covered, and I can find... I can move again to find new positions. I think this is fine. And I think from here, we can actually delay and let these guards all have their turn. So you're walking... Oh, you're walking to that body timer. That makes sense, actually. There was no noise was made on this side. Let's keep waiting, though. I want to know what they're doing, including here. Yep, you were not told to move, so you're standing around. You're walking over. Okay. And we'll just make sure everyone else has their turn, just to be a little bit safer, but we're pretty much good at this point. Let's do the last few delays. We know you're stunned, you're not special, and we can go ahead and make progress. So the goal is going to be get to here, but first turn off the camera, so go there. Good enough. I lost a few pixels, but it's not a big deal. Gonna go ahead and knock down the camera. This guy is not yet threatening, though he could be at some point. Go to there, which gives me 2 AP. I'm gonna bring the extra 10 AP, or the extra 1 AP kind of, into the Matrix. I think I will use it on this first turn. Here's the host. Skip hard shell. We load overclock, spoof, and scapegoat. We load all the normal stuff. I will also... Oh no, I didn't have the money to buy other stuff. Data filter is not needed here. Although I will say, minus AP is not that needed late game, so getting some free Matrix armor, very reasonable. AP and connection use, all I need. 2 passes, I can get around that. AP and let's go kill program loading, and then reload sleaze and keep going. Scan, okay, 2 traps, an active and a passive. Let's see what's here. Program loading, exit the node. Exit the node, okay, really chill then. So we take you down. We take the exit the node ones, of course. We scan, and I think I want to knock down one of these download spaces first. We'll go here, and then take the CPU out afterwards. Because we want to get to sec level 2 before we spec the CPU. So download, any action and download. Well, we know the ordering here yet again. Okay, enough blueprints. I've got to reload some programs here, so disarm comes up. We blocked sec level 2 as expected. I have enough action points that I feel pretty good to go here, hit null op. Let's count. Yep, we blocked tally from all 4 ice dying, so we know it's clear. We spike, we get some info. Looks all safe right here. Download access, exit the node, and download access. Well, we go in this order, of course. With 1 AP, we are done. Grab this later, then come up here, then keep going. Okay, that can be turned done. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the rest of our kills then. So we'll run you here. Easy swipe. Could have tried to min-max the location to maybe be in a slightly better spot for, like, shooting these guys afterwards. So let's see. Your sniper rifle. I might not even use sniper. I might go melee, actually. If I go here... Yeah, so basically the tough thing is footstep noise and slash slide range are basically identical. So you can't really sneak up on someone, you know, in actual practice. 1 AP left is kind of unfortunate, but I think I'll go for the slash slide and then expect my team to clean up. I'm just going to assume that's going to happen here. So got a slash slide in. I'll be in cover. Decent hit, not a kill, but that's also expected. Not going to burn anything else. I don't need to go for preempt. In fact, well, I'll yield and make sure it's safe, but I'm quite confident it'll be safe. Do you still have savagery on? Yes, you do. Okay. Then I'm going to run out here and try to go for big damage. I'm going to go to right. I mean, going to there seems fine. What's the range in this SMG? The range is accurate at 22. This guy is going to be not remotely 22 meters away, right? Yeah, not at all. 20? Yeah, okay. So we're going to go here. And we're going to go full auto. I'm going to go ahead and debuff this guy, since he's the one who's going to be harder to kill overall. Let's Iron Grip again. And then looks like, yeah, you're going to take a lot of damage. I have 70 crit chance, by the way, thanks to Marker Sight stacking with Savagery and everything else I've got. So we unsurprisingly crit them both. I've got 1 shot left. I guess we'll just take the shot then. Thanks to the AP printing, we are completely chilling. Thanks, Recoup. Good job. Take our reload and then, yeah, just kind of advance. So Rogue is indeed... Let's see. I guess now the play is... We got to clear this space. I guess we're going to play for here and then this path here. So I'm going to have him go for this box. I think that's reasonable. We are going to get some new guards sent due to body timers running out. I think this guy is not appropriate to try to kill. Doesn't seem like the right idea to me. Or, well, I guess at the very least I will keep creeping up on him. And then who knows where we'll get. Because next turn, as long as I'm going early, and I'm going before him, he's at 14. Ah, you're going to get hurt. Okay. We're just going to keep creeping up with the Cyber Knight then, and then Cybersword's going to be over here then. Sure, why not? Yeah, we're going to stun him. Actually, you know what? No, we should let him find the body, I think. Because this camera's going to see his body otherwise, and it's going to be just as bad. So, I think we can leave him alive. I don't really care about him. So, more guards are missing, so they're going to go send more guards to investigate. Sitho and Jibo are being sent, I think, which are the last 2 right now. I guess you're still not being sent, but you're going to be sent. Okay, fine. Yeah, I could look at it and make sure you're going where I think you're going, but I'm pretty sure you're ready to this body. Cool. That's fine with me. Let's grab a loot box and then stay put, so I have 1 action point for a stun. Okay, this is what I would say is the single best gun in the game. The Eagle Sight is a level 6 crafted assault rifle. This, in the last day of early access, this is the end game weapon, as far as I'm concerned. It is the all-round best assault rifle, and assault rifles, in my opinion, are the all-round best weapon. So, sec AI in your ear. Am I going to get caught? Probably, yes, but you're out of AP at this point. You're not going to catch us in time. You're going to find bodies, though. Alright, well, we've got stuff to do. Actually, real quick, what's tied to this host? A lot of things, but not this. So then I'm going to run up to here, not get spotted by this guy. No one else can hear me, so we're going to shoot. Damage is okay, but of course savagery is timed out by now. And then second shot's going to land for decent damage. Yep, you're very low, 142, not bad. Upsell's going to keep going, should get a lot done. Download, this will be killed at the end. Great. Okay, get rid of you. Cool. 2 per action, 3 per action, whatever. We go through, we go to here. This is a 3 per action as well, so I'll wait to go to one of these nodes before I load programs, but any action, download a file. Okay, well, we know the order here. Take them all down, and here is our first success. File by file, we're taking what we came for. Good stuff. Take the stuff. Okay, wonderful. Move on. 3 per action. Well, can't do any better than this. Let's just load our stuff and move on. Could not find a better spot to do it. I should have done it back there when it was 2. Oh well. Do I care about the security tally? A little bit. More than the AP, I think. Connection use also required. Alright, what's here? This should be playable. Let's see. Stress on any action. Downloads. Load a program. Any action. Okay, well we can take this one down. And then this one. It's not too bad. This is load and program loading, which we can maybe skip. Let's see. Okay, we're going to go to the downloads first. Only because I don't want to have to knock both of these down to load deception. So I'm going to go here so I don't have to load deception. Exit, download, and load. Okay, unfortunate. Turns out I will have to after all. But we get our second file. I'll skip the dialogue. We'll have to kill all these, unfortunately. Load deception. And I'll have to guess which one to go for. Let's just go down. We've got any action, any action. Ooh, wow. Any action hard disconnect. This is my first time, I think literally my first time ever personally running into this exact ICE configuration. If you take any action hard disconnects. Yeah, so here's what's really spicy, okay? I can disarm you. If I then go to load disarm to take down tripwire, that will turn these all back on. And it will preempt the action of disarming. Traps decline your action. You don't spend the AP or the IO, but they trigger their trigger. Now, the only exception to that is disarm itself goes on the top of the stack and will go through first. But that is the only thing. That and your talents. So I basically have to null up this because nothing else would have worked. So now that I'm here, I'm going to turn these devices off. And we've still got more connected, so we're going to go to the top side. 1 trap, 2 active. Still going to risk it here. What do we got? We got use a program, any action disconnect again. Okay, these are all like completely miserable. Like this is one of the worst hosts I've ever seen in terms of like, holy shit, I don't want to be here. Yeah, we're going to null up this. We get a ton of tally. It is what it is. We have a lot of things to turn off in the next turn, which we will do. Holy moly, that is... I have truly not seen a host that aggressive before, personally. I'm going to have you wait and let Unique take this down so he can sprint over. This camera's still in the way, but it is what it is. Actually, I guess... I'm going to let you run away. I should let Tao have his turn. See what he does. How scary is he going to be? Yeah, you're patrolling. Okay. So I'm going to have Unique knock down... Actually, I can only knock this one down. Okay, we'll knock it down then to give my team some space to work with. You're going to go walk away. That's good for me as well. You will find the body, but it'll be a little bit till it happens. And we're okay. I think we're okay. All right. So you're the only guy with action points left, but you are very clearly going to make it here. I'll put you there. This seems like a fine spot to stand. You're clearly in range. 100 health is not enough to survive even a glancing hit. Nothing should go wrong here. If something goes really weird, I can always go into preempt, but this is a kill. He's dead. I probably should have considered killing him the other direction. This camera will now see his body and report it. But, oh well. So, we get an escalation. It is reinforcements. These should be relatively strong reinforcements. In fact, they are. They're all relatively upgraded unit types. E-medic, guard captain. Oop, yep, you're on the way. I'm behind cover, though. You saw me at the very end. You had no AP left. And now, because unfortunately, we didn't have quite enough action points to spend the 30 required AP here to knock them all down. But look at all these devices falling away. Wonderful. Okay, so that is all the download nodes taken. That is the devices all turned off. We can now disconnect. I will need to be rewinded for sure. Let me check one thing, which is Yeah, overclock's still 3 turns down. I should rewind. And I really considered rewinding much earlier on, and I never did. And honestly, I should have. So your turn is over. And I kind of want to know what everyone else does. I still know what you're doing, which is going to this body. So that's chill. I think it's another situation where yielding and waiting and letting these guys, you know, show their hand, including you. Well, actually, I'm going to put my hacker a little bit safer. I'm going to put him, like... If I put him here, he's not likely to get spotted, which is helpful for me. In case this guy, like, runs up this way, I want that space, that safety. I will have you still wait. I will have you wait. This camera sadly is not on the same circuit. Too bad. You are investigating. Sure. You're hunting. You're not likely to find me. You're still on the way. You're almost there. Protocol can wait as well. Here we go. Reinforcements are doing what? They all got told to be suspicious because this guy was told he needed to go do something and go check out a disturbance. So you're doing that. But as they're not anything too spicy, they're just, you know, okay, we'll be suspicious, sure, but, you know, they're not combat or anything like that. Too far from this guy to be in combat, no big deal. All right, so you've gotten, I think, 3 kills now. I think I can pretty safely put you here. Swing at least a couple of times. It won't probably be a kill, but I can find ways to use Slash Slide well against those guys, and it'll work out. So, strike 1. Oh, actually, you might kill if you don't glance. Yo, this guy is... He's kind of fragging. He's fragging, and it's quiet. Which is pretty nice. Okay. Decent files, no big deal. These guys are pretty heavily armored. They are, of course, power level 9, so we're nearing current endgame enemies for early access. I'm going to leave you here behind cover. This should be safe for you. Actually, yeah, and their initiative rolls are pretty good, so I actually want to be somewhere where they're unlikely to find me. Here, I will be safe and pop Aegis early. In case I do get spotted, I can block damage. And so I'm much less likely to be in a bad spot as a result. For the Cyber Knight, I mean, I can stand somewhere like this and just, you know, show on the camera. But I'll be safe where I am in terms of cover. And so even though they're going to know, it won't matter. Or, like, even though someone might investigate, they won't catch me out. I don't think I need look ahead. I think we are fine as we are. A guard will probably be sent to this location. That's fine. I think you can end... Well, you can... I forgot... Oh, good. I'm in range. Okay. I want to use my first rewind charge here and get upsell stuff back. The sooner I can get my other rewind charge back, the better. It might actually matter. Okay. So, you're done. And then Protocol doesn't have a good way of killing this camera or dealing with the fact that this camera exists. Well, actually, that looks like it'll work. Let's try. Get under the blind spot. All right, kind of cool, actually. Great. So, camera spots one person. So, the guard captain will be sent to the cross location. Sec AI in your ear. Yep, but you're on the wrong side, so I don't care. I'm ignoring you. I don't need kills. You're going to run up. And look, you're close, but you, as I said, we are in cover. Okay, so he's at the end, but I think he's out of AP at this point. Right, he has no AP to shoot with. Yep, I was right. If I was wrong, I'd be very sad. You found the corpse, so now you're finally investigating. It took you like 3 or 4 turns to get there, because that's how the game works. I'm going to let this guy waste his turn as well. Actually, no, I can't. Okay, so here is the rub when you have things like this happen, okay? This guy is very real. He exists. He is alert, and my soldier is spotted. My Cybersword is spotted, and my hacker is spotted. When this guy, just on a normal patrol, gets to about here, he will share status with the row, and he will suddenly turn hyper alert and go, wait a second, there's combat. And he'll bark out, hey, there's spotted enemies here, here, and here. And I'll be like, oh, well, you know what? I should use a shotgun, take like 1 step to the side, and shoot one of these people. I don't want that. That's bad for me. So I need to either stun this guy or stun the grunt captain. Either one will work, because if you're stunned, you can't share status. So if I do this, we're chilling, and now you will just walk up like normal. Let's have this guy waste his turn and move around. Let's have upsell. Honestly, just chill. Here you go. He's going to walk up. And yep, ending there is not a surprise to me. All right, it's time to go play the game. So, I'm not in range of both of you. In fact, it'll be very, very hard to get full auto on both of you. It looks possible, just difficult. I'm not sure this will actually be the cone, but I think it looks decent enough. Let's go ahead and marker sights the harder one to kill. This guy's not debuffed, this guy is, so let's kind of spread the love. Let's Iron Grip for a little bit of recoil and accuracy. And nice, it works. Let her rip. We shred. We don't shred there. That's okay, though. Damage looking pretty good right now. 60, 61. Let's aim at you, try to get a shred. We actually got one. That's wild. My shred chance is like 20%. Yeah. That's... Oh, I mean, we got those. Cool. All right. Well, it's time for my Cybersword to go be a gamer. Looks like Slash Slide there is pretty worthwhile. Full melee strike. Works great. I believe he's on his 4th kill already at this point. I have no more Slash Slide charges, so I can't do too much that's spicy. I can have him try to sneak in there and grab this loot box. I think he's the best man for the job, so let's wait a sec, though, and see if someone wants to turn off this this camera first. Not sure we do, but, you know, maybe. This guy's stunned, so I'm not in a rush. It's oh, darn. I didn't yield far enough to get behind upsell, so we still can't do that. And I don't have pre-computed or a security scramble up, so that's not going to work. Okay, let's move to a point where you can actually get a good shot. So let's go here. That'll look acceptable, but not great. Min-range still going to kind of suck here. Oh, actually, not too bad. Minus 16 is not horrible. But yeah, ultimately, he's a surprise target because Unique is hidden. So this stunned guy has no awareness that she's there. So we get surprise target, big crit, big shred. Nice job. All right, Rogue gets, yeah, diminished steamroll here. That seems fine. We're going to go run him, I guess, just toward the loot box. Here, we'll put him behind here to be a little bit safer. Camera sees him, not a big deal. You can end your turn. The nice thing is upsell, actually. We'll trigger 2 devices. We'll go to 20. Which means we will get a more potent escalation. It'll be a level 5, not level 4 escalation. But now our next escalation is going to be slower. 3 reinforcements, I know. No big deal. And yeah, I guess we're just going to grab loot, hang out by the hacker, and then exit here by the very end. And we're basically done. K-Thrasher is one of, I would say, is sort of tied or right behind the Eagle Sight in terms of top tier guns. It's another assault rifle. And yep, that looks fine. You're done. E-Medic is still looking for somewhere to hunt. Checks behind the box. Not unreasonable. You're going to try to hack, but if I can't print an AP on you, you can't do it. Wait, did I not have... I had Tax Surge up. I'm griefing. Alright, I'm going to turn late on my hack because of this. Damn. Mistakes were made. Oh well. Go grab the loot box and get out. Okay, nice. We got the best pistol in the game. Heavy Raptor is the current strongest silenceable pistol. So we got the last upgrade there now. And yeah, as we crest into PL6, we can craft all the best guns. Okay, we're just going to jam some reloads. And all that is left to do is stay into Security 16, complete by turn 23, and hack that host. I think it's going to be no problem at all. So regular guard there. They're going to run around, be a little angsty, right? Follow the security AI, totally makes sense. And some of them have very good initiative rolls, but we're staying far away, we're staying safe. It's not a big concern. We'll group the whole team, you know, vaguely around here. E-Medic is hunting, sure. Checking real quick on guard stats. Yeah, that is 1,000 health, by the way. 83 armor, 3 protection points. Suppressant over here. Much less health, but still very high quality armor. Here's the, yeah, here's the basic guard. But there's also, yeah, another guard bladesman who have, you know, again, good health and quite good armor. E-Medics are, like, you know, obviously pretty absurdly tanky. With 1,000 health after modification, which means their base health is 650? Something like that. 670? I guess it would be 670, right? Alright, so we got this layout here. We can knock down more security devices. We can knock down the APU to lower our security level overall. I'm going to go down here to the CPU first, as per usual. Tally, loading, and connection use. Okay, well, the ordering is obvious. Keep going. Damage to connection, tally, and program loading. So we'll go connection, then tally. Do we need program loading? Yes, I do. Knock this one down. Drop deception. What's here? Any action, a bit of damage. Not the worst in the world. Unload is not the worst in the world, because I have one decoy here. It's pretty bad. This is a definitely... This feels like a null-op angle. Null-op this, take a download. Come down here, null-up CPU. Get... Manage to not... Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I didn't know this, but it appears to be that, right? So this was a, right, 15, 25, this was a 35 tally in and of itself, right? And this is my math sucks. 10, 20, 30, no, this is 40 tally in itself. This was 40 tally in itself. I didn't know, it makes sense that it happens this way. I didn't realize this. QSec works the exact same way as regular security, where if you overflow in the same action or turn or whatever, it only counts one escalation. So we went to QSec level 3, but it was technically, we got an escalation at 1. We didn't get one at 2 because we overflowed. We got an escalation at 3. And so I managed to spoof and not take any more escalations here. So spoof blocked the 2 escalations. We'll, of course, underflow back down to 1, and then keep going. But got kind of fortunate there that it just lined up just correctly. So on download relocate, if you use a program steal, well, you know what I'm doing here. This is a pretty annoying spot. It's 5 per action, so I want to get off. 3 per action is playable. And go up here and then keep progressing. There's 3 per action, there's 3. This one is 8, but it's because there's a thing here. Back down to 3. Not horrible. Do I care about alarm processing? No, I'm going to go here and then up this way. So we're going to load anti-passive. Go here. I mean, I could have gotten either one. They're kind of the same, but whatever. Access nodes and firewalls don't really... They have no mechanical difference that I can tell. I mean, they literally have the exact same type of ice on them, right? Like, it's basically always this stuff. So, my connection health is very, very good. So we'll take the AP down first, then connection health. We'll scan. One of everything is totally fine here. What do we have? Load a program, any action, and download access. So don't load programs. Well, any action, download access. Okay. Well, there's file 3. There's file 4. And I lose decoy. I need literally one more action point to do the personnel files. Have to do that later. It is what it is. That's fine. Next turn we'll take this, and then we will tactical surge, then get out. Now, of course, if I had gotten in the previous turn, and, you know, used tactical surge the turn before, I would have cleaned this up no problem. It would have been on the way out. I think it wouldn't have changed the duration of the mission, but still would have been smarter. Is someone here? I mean, not against that wall, buddy. So, moving around still is what it is. You can take a reload. Okay, disable to end of turn. Got to turn that down. Turn that off soon. He should not need a rewind here. So, well, I can do it anyway, because this is going to still give him initiative and move speed for the future turn. So I think it's still worth it. I'm going to loop around this corner here, which should put me in a safe spot. Tactical surge should be clearly in range. And we can make it out next turn, no problem. Sec AI in your ear. We're still fine. Let's start putting the team on the exit mat. I'll leave him there without evacing just in case, but shouldn't matter. Successful heist was successful. Alright. Searching for interference. We triggered no new events. A bunch of devices are going to turn back on. They're being sent around from body timers and whatnot, but we're totally fine. We were quiet on our side of the map, and so we are chilling. I'm confident that we are good here, so I'm going to start evacing. You don't have to evac, by the way. As long as everyone's in the same pad, the mission will end. I'm going to do a delay just to make sure upsell gets out correctly. I don't want to waste tactical surge if there's something weird going on. There's your last download. I don't care about the other things. They don't matter to me at all. I'm going to disconnect. I'm going to make it part way, but not all the way. That's okay. It's expected. I'll make it to here. That's probably 4 AP, right? Rogue can extract. Unique can go pop tactical surge. I'm going to do a yield just to see how upsell does. Upsell makes it. That's what I wanted. That's what I expected. Extract 1. The other extract, by the way, was over that way. So if I did gold key last, that would have worked. But end of the day, sec level 5 is not horrible. We get out. We're chilling. No big problems here. don't want to overstay our welcome. No, indeed we don't. All right, cool. Mission complete. We got all the pieces of the file set. It was lined up nicely. We got a little chunk of power level. We got a good payday. We got a good amount of XP. Again, I forgot to use leverage to make it higher. That's my fault. Doran gets to level up and get a little bit stronger. We got a lot of nice pickups here. I'll go show them off real quick. The highlight for me was we got an outright actual armor piece, not a blueprint. Nothing else looks like it's... Yeah, everything else looks grayscale, so I think that was the only thing that was a true item. I'm glad it's like a 1 in 6, right? That would be too freaking... It was like half of them or anything. We can go look, though, and be like, hey, I've got this armor, or I've got this guy. So, of course, the X-Core is a heavy armor specifically, right? A level 1 light armor, level 6 heavy armor. So I get -5 initiative and -15 move speed. But what I get for it is my armor, even when fully shredded, is still twice as good, blocks twice as much damage. And to get fully shredded, you have to shred me 4 times. Good luck with that. In the meantime, my base reduction, instead of taking 45 damage for every 100, I take 20 damage for every 100, which means I'm taking half damage. If you shred me, instead of taking 80% of the damage, I'm going to take like 75%, and then 65%, and then 55%, and then finally 42% after you shred me 4 times. Now, as payment, again, my initiative is going to be frequently last, and my move speed is going to be low such that I'm not getting on the map very quickly. That is a real cost that I am personally not willing to pay, so I'm going to sell this. We had a nice, cool, clean 190k for it, which, pretty good payday. Thanks for being in the game. As far as the new blueprints are concerned, though, we can take a look at these real quick. Sort by powerful and rare, and we're also going to sort off and only look at weapons, just to make it a little bit easier. We've already got a Doomhammer. We've got an Eviscerator recently. I think we've already shown off the AutoMag Cobra. We can compare it to the composite... No, we actually did that. We actually did that exact comparison. Right, we got an Eagle Sight recently. Here's the K-Thrasher. Here's some Doomhammers. Right, so the Matchmaker compared to... I don't know. Let's compare the Matchmaker to, like, one of the Assault Rifles we already got. So we were using the Guardian class, right? So we have the Guardian class. So if we use the Matchmaker, for example, Matchmaker is more accurate, shoots twice as many bullets at, like, 12% more damage, more shred, more range. Even the optimal range is honestly fine. Seems completely reasonable. The special thing about the Matchmaker is that it has an obscene number of bullets, and it's actually very long ranged for an urban assault rifle. There aren't a lot of crafted UARs, so it's like a little bit harder to do the comparisons from the blueprint panel. Also, the nice thing about UARs is they 2 action point reload, which is nice. Yes, the noise is very real. Noise versus range, good luck dealing with the 30-meter delta there. The recoil, yep, absolutely massive, of course, sure, but like, if more than 2 were in the full auto cone, and with your arc being like 50% larger, it'll happen sometimes. The nice thing about the Matchmaker is that you can get situations where you can actually spray down 3 or 4 guards at once. I think realistically, one thing that can make urban assaults a lot better is building a team comp lightly around them, which really just means bring a Vanguard with lure, and you're going to be really happy. If you can lure random guards to get closer to you, I think as soldiers have this with red dot, you can get it from, actually, is it only red dot? Yes, it's like shadow, lure, thrown bullet, kind of at the range sucks, and red dot. You can all use to try to pull guard closer to then get them into a urban assault, like full auto cone. So that's pretty solid. If you want to compare the gun I'm using, the Guardian class, to the Eagle Sight, okay, what's the Eagle Sight do? Well, a little more accurate. Okay, whatever. It's a small increase. I lose 12 Blizzard but gain 46 pure damage. Yeah, okay, I take those. That is a massive damage increase of almost 50%. A little bit of shred, sure, whatever. Range is good. Arc, looking pretty good for an assault rifle. That's a pretty good assault rifle arc. Compare the Eagle Sight to the K-Thrasher. Again, a gun I think is, pretty comparable. The big downside is K-Thrasher is much less accurate and doesn't give you this ton of arc right here. And it's even louder. Recoil at this point, honestly, it's high enough that you gotta deal with it anyway in some other way. The K-Thrasher is better by getting another 50 ballistic damage per bullet, which is meaningful damage, right? Don't get me wrong, that's a decent upgrade here. But, losing some cone, losing some accuracy, this can... If you're not stacking accuracy buffs, this is a big enough downside to not be worth it. That's why I say the Eagle Sight is the all-around best one. Other option here is, okay, we have a lot of these guys. Do we have a regular pistol? Yeah, I have a Raptor right now. I'm actually using a Raptor. So if I compare to the Heavy Raptor is more accurate. And even though I lose 35 ballistic damage or 25 ballistic damage, I gain 40 pure damage, which is massively, absurdly, not even close levels of better. So I gain, a little bit of damage via accuracy, about 5%. I'm going to ballpark this at like 50%. No, it's not 50%. 20% more damage. Let's call it about 20% more damage. Maybe 30 from the pure damage increase. And it's like, yeah, this is clearly a better gun. This gun is great. And if I can manage to stack enough mods to increase max range, keep in mind scopes increase max range and scopes and grips increase or can increase max optimal range, you actually can close this gap pretty reliably. So yeah, pretty good stuff there. The 50k Elite, we may not have shown off before, so if we compare to, do I have another revolver here? Sure, here's the Crow Enforcer. I think I've actually crafted one of these already. The 50k Elite, just slightly more accurate, K whatever. This damage is actually not that much better. It's 40 ballistic for 12 pure. Better on average, but not that hugely better. The big thing though is you get a, now it's very bad short range. Keep that in mind. But like, you have a 25 meter optimal, 28 meter max, quite high damage gun, 230% bonus damage on crit, triple damage on crit. Yeah, it's triple damage here. Okay, it's 3.3x on crit with an overall damage increase. Yeah, this is a just incredibly absurd amount of damage. Yeah, it's a shotgun in your hand. It costs 2 AP. You get 6 shots in it. The range is double that of a shotgun. The only thing you don't get is a ton of shred. 22 shred is obviously not a ton. That's what shotguns are for, or melee weapons are for. If you want to compare the Doomhammer to the Eviscerator, so Eviscerator is in green here, more accurate. You're trading out 50 pure damage for 80 kinetic. To be fair, if you are playing a high strength character, or you have a lot of kinetic as extra pure from other sources, which exist in only a few places, mostly traits, this will actually out damage. Also, I mean, there are actually a lot of ways of creating kinetic or using kinetic to do other things, such as a lot of the cybernetic implants work with this. Realistically, if you're a strength-based character, Eviscerator is probably better. Now, what's interesting is this is sort of what feels weird to me, is like, so hey, Eviscerators, or any blade really, you'll notice that like Sunstick has no bonus crit numbers. These do. You get 100% extra damage on stealth crits. You go from 1.5x to 2.5x. So if you are going to get some kind of silent moving talent and you get enough either stealth crit chance or tech or something else, you will stealth crit for 2.5x. And 2.5x 100 pure damage is 250. That's going to deal at least half of most enemies in the game. 320 times 2.5 is going to be, what, in the 800s almost? Yeah, 800s or higher. Now, if they have high armor, though, that's when we're back down to like 200 or something. Now, are you getting a kill at 450? It's close. If you have a bunch of percent more kinetic, or kinetic is extra pure via strength and implants, okay, you probably still actually one-shot health upgraded PL9, PL10 captain types. Okay, sounds pretty good. Seems pretty useful. And if you really, really need it, okay, well, you hit Plaza Edge here for 220 flat pure damage. Okay, we're gonna crit 320 pure damage at 2.5x. That's one-shotting whoever we're hitting. That's just gonna happen at that point. Now, again, you have to find some way to guarantee the crit. Vanguard talents can help. I think some Cybersword talents can add crit as well. I believe the silent moving talent on Cybersword does that, but yeah, looking at that. Other option here is the Horizon Blade, which is the armor shred one. If you want to compare it to the Eviscerator, these are strictly kinetic. Like, Horizon Blades do not deal as much damage. This whole line, basically, almost never deals as much damage per strike as Plaza Edge weapons, and thus also, generally speaking, less than Doomhammers as well. The real reason to bring these is Horizon Blades, to me, are supportive melee weapons. They are here for the guaranteed armor shred on the power slice. They have decent armor shred chance innately as well. If you can get your person into range reliably, like let's say you slash slide in, you have a 60% chance to shred, you still got 2 AP, you go for the power slice, okay, well, you're guaranteed -1, another 60% to shred, like you can, decent number of the time, shred 2 to maybe even 3 production points in a turn for 4 AP, seems decent enough to me. Anyway, yeah, works decently well. But again, not as good as the Eviscerator, right? Eviscerator is like clearly does more damage, but just is more reliant on the stealth kill stuff. And I think not much else to bring up with the new guns. That was kind of everything we saw. We are now power level 6, which means that new missions we get are going to be worth more money and more XP. We can show that off now. Here's a loot 3 from Diego, and he's willing to pay 356k per file plus 118, so you know, almost 1.2 million for the entire mission. Pretty good. Has a lot of trustness, of course. Yeah, we've got a random raid. I can get 1.2 million or figure it out. Yeah, I don't care about this mission at all. I guess not much else to bring up. We'll do final class training. I'm level 22 my Cyber Knight. I think actually what's funny is I did a slight redo of my Cyber Knight talents, and I had actually re-spec'd. So what I think is actually the better version of level 22 Cyber Knight is going to be something like this. So you would not path this way initially, because you'd need to path through the bottom to not have to waste a trait, a node going up and then around. But at some point, like level 10 or 12 or so, once you have reached this node normally and you're pathing up this way, you should re-spec at your earliest convenience. The only real upside is getting this node for 3 crit chance instead of this node for 1 will and a fractional AP that you can't use. But if you ever get the chance, you should do this. Now, I don't think it's worth like delaying tack surge, be like, but I got a better attribute for like a little while. It's like, that doesn't matter. But security scramble 1, look ahead 1, pre-computed 1, come through, grab interference spike. And again, on game start, go this way, this way, this way. On respec, instead, go through the top, come over, grab this guy, take out tactical surge, and then just cap it out. I think like technically the way level breakpoints will work, you'll go something like this, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so there's the first start. And then you go up this way. I think you would have enough max talents to grab both. I think it's pretty close between Atomic Stutter and Rewind. I'm going to say go for Rewind, then Stutter. And then for me, you have then the next choice, which is like, do I want to go for plus Rewind stuff? Do I want to go for the really good stuff in Stutter, like minus armor and cooldown and range? I find Stutter, cooldown, range, and armor is worth. This is a lot of combat power. I would grab this. I think around now is when Steamroll opens up. So whenever you actually get your 8th talent point available, which might not be by this point, but you go here, you grab Steamroll, and if you grab Steamroll, you finish capping it out. You really want the movement point. From there, you say, okay, next most important thing to me is getting the good parts of Rewind. I want the extra charge. And in fact, debatably, I want the cooldown. It's nice. Don't need to rush it. It's okay if I can't get everything. Around now is when Downer becomes available. I don't know, again, exactly what level, but you come into Downer. And I would say first things first is actually... you got to learn it, of course. I would say first things first, get at least 1 radius. And I think you honestly go for 2 radius first. Minus leadership is not a ton, but 10 evasion on an entire group is really useful. And then, again, much like Steamroll, if you're going to get it all, max this thing out, come here for Downer, be capped, and then say, cool, Rewind right here. Now, this is not, again, what you would learn at level 1, because this pathing would be backwards, and I am not certain of the level points at which you unlock an extra talent. But something that looks kind of like this, right, grabbing the other Rewind pieces a bit earlier if you couldn't have learned Steamroll or Downer yet, I think this is a really, really good look for the character. I think this takes all of my favorite talents, takes all my favorite upgrades. There's certainly some value in taking the other cheesy stuff on Stutter, you know, +1 turn, bit of crit vuln, things like that. But I think minus armor is what you mostly want. That is where most of the damage increase comes from against tankier targets. I think the 22-meter range is really, really valuable. Like, when you learn Stutter, I would say grab this always. I would just always go here. The usability is just too high. And then it's like, this is just a very, very good point. Not required, but like often pretty efficient and probably worth grabbing. I think this is more important than like getting the other points in Rewind sooner, for example, right? But I have realized that like I really like the sort of ease of use that comes with having Steamroll up constantly. Just a bunch of move point printing, a bunch of move speed and damage printing is just kind of nice overall. And I've also found that I kind of like how easy it is to command the battlefield with Downer popping. This thing pops all the freaking time. -6 initiative to a bunch of guards just matters more often than you'd think. Just like it just suddenly gets a lot easier to deal with stuff. The like generic like map wide accuracy and crit chance increases it just makes it just broadly, diffusely easier to clear and just ends up feeling really, really good. Ultimately, yes, you could go for things like better pre-computed. These aren't bad per se. You could go for things like better interference spike. These aren't bad per se. You can come in and you can grab look ahead minus move speed. This isn't bad. There's some tank talents like centering, which can be really useful. Stopgap can make sure if you're playing CK as a tank, it's pretty good. If you're going to play tank, you can go here. You can grab this. You can grab this. Sure. You actually might even path through here and just go this way and skip like all of these nodes and just be like, yeah, I grabbed centering. I'm going to go up from centering to get stopgap, and then boop, 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 boop. We're done. I don't think disentangle is particularly good, but it means you have to give up stuff. You have to like potentially give up interference spike. You might have to give up down, or you might have to give up maybe even stutter to get these things, right? Because hey, this is 1, 2, 3. This is 5 new talents, right? What 5 are you gonna unlearn? I mean, maybe security scramble 2, right? I mean, you could try something where you're like, yeah, screw it. Like going through unflinching just to not learn pre-computed to me, like not really worth it. But there's totally a world where like I could see something kind of like that. I mean, there's maybe the version where you skip look ahead and you actually have to go all the way around like this. That sounds kind of bad, but anyway, I just like this sort of left side focused. I think it's a really good setup here. I'm a big fan overall. For the hacker, last points for him. Ultimately, we got what we want out of spoof. We could move towards plus charges on scapegoat. We've already capped nil up, already capped overclock. We got what we wanted out of packet loss. So I think realistically, we'll grab some trunk patch and it lets us repair some connection. It's decent enough. We can grab more stuff here, get the extra charge. It's fine. Agent EX, I forget. I think I was still waiting to get something else. I'm misremembering. Or he leveled up. No, he leveled up recently, right? And I said I was going to go for all the extra AutoMag stuff and try to get the reload, I think, right? That was the play. Oh, no, I wanted line crawler. That's what I wanted. Okay, yeah, we're still chilling then. Vanguard did level up. Indeed can train. I've maxed out Jam Kit. I've maxed out Lure. I've maxed out Refract. Did I? Oh yeah, I started putting points in silence because everything else is too far away for me to bother going for. She's pretty low levels, it turns out. Cybersword, I believe, did not get stressed. He got his 4 kills. We go into class training. We say, hey, you know what? I've got a talent limit. You know what I can do? Whisper kill. Should I do the relearning now? Probably, right? Unlearn these 2 points. I did want Lightfoot at some... Oh, right, no. I said I was going to wait until I could actually use Lightfoot well. Because I think I wanted to unlearn these 2 in order to go this way. Is that better? Ew, not really. So I would learn Whisper Kill. And then, yeah, obviously, like, this is better than taking this for pathing. 1 melee accuracy is, like, kind of a bad node. I mean, it's better than 10 HP in most cases, but still. I don't think I'm willing to give up Choppa. That seems incorrect to me. But would I rather path through the bottom or the top? Will and move speed, strength and health. Reaction crit chance, strength and health. So I'm pretty sure this is better pathing. But I would... Oh, right. If I path through the bottom, it's 1 point to Lightfoot, which is then 1 point to Preempt, and it's then 1 point to Shielded Rush. So you're right. I'm going to try the respec, and I guess it means I'm not getting Shielded Rush for a while. Okay, screw it. I wouldn't do it in this order, again, to be clear. You would obviously, like, pretty much max out Slash Slide as soon as possible. But 1 to Whisper Kill. I'm going to not go here because we're going to try, even though I do really like these move speed nodes, they are really, really helpful for playing a Cybersword. At least I get 1 here, which is useful. We go 1 to Lightfoot, 1 to Preempt. I don't think I need Preempt range. I still feel that way. Going 10 meters doesn't make a big difference to me, the way I feel I view this. But Choppa maxed, Slash Slide maxed, 5 points left is not a ton. If I grab Lightfoot, yeah, I can get 25 crit chance for the attack, which is useful, right? Because you are trying to print stealth crit chance in order to make this happen. I think if you're going to play this character like correctly, you would look at Vanguard as your multi-class here, and you would say, hey, Silence gives me stealth crit chance at 10% and 10%. That's 20 right here. Now, of course, you would not use Silence and Whisper Kill at the same time, or Lightfoot at the same time. You could look at Blend. Blend is 25 stealth crit chance, 25 here as well. So that gets you to 50. Like, that gets you pretty close. You, again, might need to get some points in tech. You might need to get somebody to buff your crit chance somehow, but yeah, I would realistically go this when I can. But again, I would want Preempt to be up. I could go for this anyway and be like, let's just grab it to make sure. But yeah, let's make sure we grab this. And then these are the same point. So let's grab... Basically, it's like, do I want the cooldown to go down in 2 turns? Or do I want Whisper Kill to pop much more aggressively when it actually happens? And I figured, you know what? Let's try. Let's go for big whisper kill with the stealth crit chance here. I can't always guarantee it, but yeah, we'll see what happens. We also don't generate recoil, which helps. It's going to give me often like a free like 6% or so accuracy, which is nice. So that's a build that looks pretty good. Again, Shield to Rush, I think, does have some real combat value. It is the Cybersword's only real Overwatch breaker, but it is what it is. That's going to be the final class training of this, and I'm out of SimStream trainer tokens, which makes sense. We have an open bench slot that we can't easily use. We're detoxing, and yeah, there's not much else to bring up. We're basically endgame at this point. We're going to chain together big crafts. I guess we'll start one of them, because why not? Powerful and rare. What do I want to build? Well, I've already got an Urban Assault, so I don't want that. The K Thrasher and Eagle Sight, to me, are weapons that qualify for too overpowered to use sort of fairly. Is fairly the right term for it. Just like feels too OP. What I'm going to go for, though, is I'm going to try to, because I already kind of built my Agent EX this way. I want to build him dual SMG. I already built the composite autolit. I'm going to build the AutoMag Cobra. And what I'm thinking about is basically which one should be the silenced weapon, which one should be loud. I think this one's going to be loud. I'm going to bake on a bunch of damage here. So I'm going to bake on this optimal range vent. I'm going to bake on this mass driver for damage. Get some extra damage per bullet. I'm going to bake on... I have no scopes to bake on, unfortunately, so we're going to have to deal with that on its own. Is what it is. Sucks to suck. But we'll take light damage for accuracy and damage per bullet. And looking at the last thing I can put on here, minus recoil is kind of my only option, so sure. Let's reduce recoil by 7. I'm not going to sell it back. It's fine. We'll just take the minus recoil. So I get minus 20 from this. I get minus 7 here, which means my gun is going to have very, very low recoil. Seems nice. Of course, I want to use gold cubes as much as I can. So 6 and... Oh, wait, no, sorry. It's 4 and 8. Gives me 100% chance. Costs a clean million. I'll get it done in 13 days and change. I could trade out red cubes for a mix of gold and blue, and that would allow me to have a lower price. But again, I'm kind of swimming in money, so this will be what is theoretically my Agent EX's other SMG. And I think that's it. I think this is where we're going to end up here. Look for some random things to sell, but I'm really just kind of delaying the inevitable. This will be the last episode of this Let's Play, at least for a while. As we mint some files, we make some money. Wait, that's the wrong one. I don't care about created by set. I care about having a use action. There we go. And this is going to be... Wow, it's a lot of cash. These rolled pretty well. I mean, I'll sell them to Dorn so that he can gain influence and get more stuff going on. So Dorn can get in line. Good for you, buddy. Looking at Origami Joe, I think, is he close to limit breaking? Can I get him to limit break? He's at 90. He's in line. So at some point it'll happen. If I sort by influence, yeah, these guys are at 90. So he's likely to go Rook prototypes next upgrade. We'll try to get him that. In fact, I'll safety save and try to, like, make that happen somehow. That's not going to be that likely, to be clear. Never got the headhunters spawn, is what it is. Killed one group, fled from 2. And let's see if I can find a limit break, because I kind of want to see it. Okay, you got hype. We get you door kicker to make you better urban assaults. Seems good. That works for me. Medical recovery, finishing up for these guys. Great. Yeah, you got hurt earlier. Let's kind of fix your wound as well. 22k seems fine. Let's keep using the detox benches. Who's stressed? The hacker is. Go for it, buddy. Who's stressed? You are. Go for it, buddy. We've got some more nano scrubbing open, so we can upgrade more buildings. Nanofab could be it. We could start crafting armors. I'm down to try. There we go. Ah, exposure hit. So we can make his bellicose worse. That's fine. I don't really care. Go for it. Although, it looks like... Okay, hang on. Is bellicose a good thing, though? Because, like, I'm looking at this, and I'm like, you're bellicose. You want to get kills as sending a message, and you have more max heat. Okay, that's a good thing. Is flagged as a negative trait, but it's all upsides. Joe hit a exposure limit break, and it downgraded Bellicose. The downgrade was plus 20% heat maximum. Thanks. So that's cool. Of note, we can't find a job agreeable to coordinate with him. Interesting. So normally it says that they're busy sometimes, and that's why you can't do it, right? He has other ongoing actions and can't change it. The fact that Origami Joe we don't have anything that lines up is a surprise to me. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's because I couldn't tell you. I don't actually know. But the detox is level 4, so this means our detox has got a little bit nicer. We've got a level 5. The treatment gets very, very fast. Maxed out detoxes are like super quick, worth a lot of not discontent, a lot of stress, and just gets really powerful. It's really chill. Here, let's run some legwork for you. What are you gonna run? Rogue can run it because, yeah, you can go kick down some doors. Have fun, buddy. Don't go on missions. There's Influence Limit Break. Puppet Master's not available, so trade a favor. Rook Prototypes 5. That is what I wanted. That's what I'm getting. When I take a look at the market and I say show me weapons, sort by powerful, and we got new guns. We got the Koso 13 and we got the Bodyguard CQ. So going from the Torch to the Bodyguard, I get one more bullet, which only matters if I can have 4 enemies in the cone. That is rare. I lose out on 42 pure damage for 20 ballistic damage. This is very clearly not superior. You should clearly never make this trade. Single target, yeah, okay, the Bodyguard CQ is more accurate at burst fire. I don't care. You have these guns to full auto whole swaths of enemies. Plus 1 meter range is not enough to make up for the massive damage difference here. So yeah, I don't care. As far as shotguns are concerned, the best shotgun on the market is still this one. Of course, we crafted a better one, but we compare to the Koso 13. Oh, I was in the wrong order. So here's the Ironback. And I'm going to compare... Wait, why can't I click on this? There we go. Okay. Yeah, the Koso 13 has a very solid, like, 25% more damage, 5 flat shred. Does not come with double shred, though, so it's actually worse shred overall. It's better range, cool. Arc, I think, is only matters for Overwatch, and I think is, like, pretty low value. So realistically, if you're grabbing a shotgun, you're grabbing it to shred armor, now I'll take the double shred. So realistically, going to level 5 in this is not a big enough deal. If I want to compare, this came in at the beginning of the power play, but if I want to compare the E-rifle, it's like, am I getting more damage in functional practice? Well, depends on what I'm hitting, right? If I'm hitting 3 full people, yeah, 9 times 42 is almost the same number as 4 times 100. 9 times 170 is pretty close to the same number as 4 times 155. Actually, it's higher. So if there's 3 people in the cone, I literally just do more damage with the other gun, with the Urban Assault Rifle. The range is better than the Urban Assault Rifle. The max range is better than the Urban Assault Rifle. Armor shred, I mean, per bullet is better on the E-Rifle, but in functional practice, better on the Urban Assault Rifle. Accuracy, higher on the Urban Assault. Better clip size or magazine size. Fewer action points to reload. Like, yeah, I probably wouldn't go for the E-Rifle unless I'm hitting exactly 2 heavily armored enemies, in which case, then the math does swing back. If it's 3 or more, don't bother. Anyway, I don't believe there are, like, Rook Tech mods. Yeah, as far as I can tell, it's not a real thing. So we got the limit break. That's what I cared about here. Can I work with Joe yet? Not yet. No. Interesting. Why can't you co-conspire? That is a surprise to me. I wonder if he's, like, locked in for longer for some reason. I'm really unsure. That is... Right, Salvage Fleece is due soon, but Salvage Fleece is trash. So no, I'm going to skip this. Influence Limit Break, I'm going to trade a favor, try to get better services. Yep, there we go. And this should cap out imported cybernetics, if we go check. Dornstone is indeed capped out. He is a functional, maxed out doctor. He's got an ongoing action, of course. We take a look at, like, what kind of stuff we could put in. Let's go and look at, I don't know, team seniority. We'll just use Blur for it because she has open slots everywhere. There are no other eye slots, at least for this one. These are the 2 things you can wield for that. There is actually a 3rd doctor service that comes from specifically the Underworld Hub Scourge. You get a special doctor type with its own... they've got their own, like, specific kind of implants. And so there's some new stuff there that you can look at. But yeah, we can get better dermal plating. It does have some minus move speed, but hey, it gives you armor and wound resist and a ton of health if you want that. This gives you tankiness. Also, by the way, there's a better chameleon sheath at higher level, which is kind of nice. Obviously, I can't actually buy it because, yeah, the face cannot multi-class. Sure. We now get the titanium bone grafts, and what's nice actually is the move speed penalties are not that scary. And the cool stuff is, like, you look at this, like, okay, yeah, some health and wound resist, I mean, sure, whatever. You get the dialuminum, which, like, almost everyone can do, right? Like, everyone has access to this, basically. You're like, well, a little bit of move speed minus, but, like, pretty good amount of strength. You go to the steel bone grafts, which are a little bit harder to get to. Only Dorn has them. And you get, like, well, okay, minus 6 move speed, but 10 kinetic and 5 strength. Pretty good. You go to titanium, and you're like, well, minus 7 move speed, but I get 15 kinetic. And it's like, well, you know, I have ways. Like, this is minus 7. Okay, fine. We knew the arm slot here was minus 10. We know the, I think it's a chest slot here. No, it's a lung slot here. Gives you 15 back. So you're like, well, you know what? I can slam all these, get a ton of bonus health, get a ton of bonus melee damage, and feel pretty good about the fact that I'm going to run an arm slot, a skeleton slot, and a lung slot, and just be sure that I can wield really heavy cyberware and hang out. So you got the trait life flow and vita flow, so a little bit of if you take damage, just keep healing yourself every turn for a few turns. Pretty good stuff. It's once per mission, but you still get end of current turn and next 3, so you get 4 heals. Not bad. This can help, you know, deal with bleed outs and whatnot. Only 1 spine. Now the other spine things are from the other doctor type. Deep brain invaders like 1 and 2. Worth noting that the time and price are very similar, because realistically, like, if you're already a hacker and you're like, I want to get the upgrade, it's like, well, it's going to give you 1 tech and like 5 basic AP, which, by the way, late game hacking is not starved for AP usually, and 1 connection per turn. Like, but it's there. If you have the spare money, I guess you can do it, but right, it's not big. And then there's a ton of fast brain stuff. Generally speaking, I think Neurotoner is still overall better. IO is kind of the core need more than memory cap, realistically. The accelerators, though, are quite nice. It's nice to get some extra attributes. It's nice to get evasion. It's nice to get initiative. These are pretty reasonable. Also, it's pretty fast. 9 days is not bad. 200k, really, honestly, not bad. Of course, this is relatively available, right? These guys have it at Cybernetics 3, which is, you know, pretty early on, so not a big problem. But that's all the cyberware on offer as far as I can recall. And yeah, thanks for watching this Let's Play series. Hopefully you enjoyed. An hour and a half before 1.0 launches is going to be the Cyberknight class guide, if you want to check that out. And then a little bit later in the day, hopefully have episode 1 of the new series. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.